Hey guys, this is Jason for Soulfire. Today I want to talk about accountability software and ask if the question, is Covenant Eyes right for you? Now personally, I've been using Covenant Eyes for over 15 years as accountability software on my computer and my smartphones and my tablets. And I am a Covenant Eyes affiliate, so there is an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you're interested in trying out Covenant Eyes for yourself, click that link. You can get 1 month free and try it out for yourself. But let's break down whether Covenant Eyes is the software that you should use in your life. Well, this is Jason for Soulfire. Here on this channel, we want to offer gospel hope for a porn-filled world. And the reality for us is that we live our lives in a digital age. We have a lot of internet-connected devices. And so with that comes a lot of temptation to online pornography. This is where accountability software can come in to help you in your journey toward sexual integrity. Well, first, let's ask the question, what exactly is Covenant Eyes? Covenant Eyes provides 2 options for their users. It's software that you put on your computer, works for Windows, works for Mac. You can put it on your tablets, you can put it on your smartphones, and it will monitor the internet websites that you go to and the apps that you use. And it wants to look for anything that it would deem inappropriate content. There are various levels that you can set your accountability report to, and then it will send a detailed report to the accountability partners that you choose. So maybe you have some friends, or if it's a family situation, maybe your kids, you are receiving the report for their devices, and you're gonna get a weekly, or you can even get it daily. You can choose the frequency that works for you. Report detailing how much they were online, what were the websites and apps that they were using, and it'll allow you to give some accountability in your digital internet use. They also offer a filtering option. So it can have that accountability side where it's monitoring where you're going, and also a filtering side where it will straight up block various websites. One fun thing for me is that my Covenant Eyes internet filter blocks my own YouTube channel given the nature of Soulfire when we're offering gospel hope for a porn-filled world, and Covenant Eyes says, nope, you can't go to that. Now you can change the settings on that filter. You can request certain sites to be allowed, and you also can set an age limit. So if you have younger kids and you have a device that they're able to use, you can make that filter much more strict than perhaps adults would want their filter to be. So who is Covenant Eyes for? Covenant Eyes is really for anyone that would say, hey, there's a lot of temptations, there's a lot of websites, there's a lot of apps that, I really just don't need to be using. And you may be tempted to go in that direction and you need a little bit of accountability. So what you're trying to do is have your accountability partners be, quote, in the room with you when you're using your digital devices. They'll see a detailed log of where you've been, the apps that you've used, and that accountability can help us to not go where we really don't want to be, especially with children. Children will be inevitably exposed to internet pornography if they are given digital devices. Covenant Eyes is just one means to prevent them from going in that direction, or to let parents know if they have fallen in that direction so they can have the conversations that they need to have. So how does Covenant Eyes work? Well, you've got to install that software on your device, and then it begins to monitor your internet activity. Now, on iOS and Android, it actually functions like a VPN. So a VPN is a virtual private network. All that internet traffic is going to be funneled through Covenant Eyes so that it can log and monitor where you're going in the sites that you're using. The next thing that they've done to try to improve their accountability results is that they actually have screenshot technology. The challenge for software like Covenant Eyes is that given safety settings on our software, whether that's your computer or your smartphone, they can't actually monitor every app. And some apps, especially on iOS, they're very locked down. I'm not the most techie individual to understand all the ins and outs of that, but they can't technically monitor everything that's taking place inside all of the apps on your phone or the programs that you're using on your computer. They get around this by doing random screenshots. And so the software will actually be taking screenshots, blurring those screenshots so you can't read text. Your accountability partner will not be able to read texting that you're doing. That's one other method that they're using to try to diagnose whether somebody is looking at something inappropriate. The accountability reports will then have any screenshots that it thought were questionable. They'll be very blurred out so it doesn't provide a temptation toward the accountability partner. Now, I will say one thing about the screenshot technology. I've heard a lot of people, they really don't like that setting because they're worried obviously about security. I mean, the idea of having software on your phone or on your computer that is randomly taking screenshots, paths. Personally, I have not minded. I've thought the accountability is worth it. Covenant Eyes is a company I've been with for a long time, and in my experience, they have been extremely trustworthy. And I'm getting a number of accountability reports every single week, and I'm not getting bank account information or text messages. You can't read text or anything like that on those reports. So the next question would be is really to ask, how effective is it? Well, when I have people that I'm trying to hold accountable and they want to get Covenant Eyes, what I tell them is Covenant Eyes is as effective as you allow it to be. What do I mean by that? Well, the reality of our digital age is that the internet is pretty much everywhere. We have lots of digital devices, and Covenant Eyes cannot fix your pornography temptations, and it cannot fix your pornography addiction, but it can be a help if you allow it to do just that. So for example, let's say you put Covenant Eyes on every device you have, but then you have a smart TV. Well, technically you still would have another back door to where you could go and access inappropriate content. So Covenant Eyes is not the end-all be-all toward your addiction to pornography, but it can be incredibly helpful. The college men that I help along their journey toward recovery from pornography addiction tend to say that their smartphone is the biggest struggle and the biggest challenge in their life. So why not put Covenant Eyes on your smartphone? Why not allow it to be a help, something that can aid you to move in your journey toward recovery? But that also does bring me up to some of the challenges that I've seen with the software. Covenant Eyes, like any app maker or any software maker, is trying to keep up with software as it changes. So Google, the maker of Android, Apple, who has iOS, they're frequently changing the way that their software works, and Covenant Eyes has to then try to keep up. So occasionally when you get new software out there, Covenant Eyes will not be as effective until they've been able to make the jump to that new software. This is one of the things I've seen on my Android phone, is that occasionally Covenant Eyes would actually close and it would not open automatically. So in other words, you restart your phone and it's not there. That is a loophole. That is a significant issue with the software, which is supposed to be always on when you've installed it. That is something I'm sure that they will fix. It's something that has happened sporadically. All right, so let's talk pricing. Now they have a single user price at $11.99 a month. That gives you a username. You can install the software and put it on as many devices as you want. And they also have a family plan at $15.99 a month. Now with the family plan, you get up to 10 usernames and you can put it on an unlimited number of devices. So let's say as a parent, you have a smartphone, a tablet, and a computer. Well, you could put the software on all of those, log in with your username and password, and then you send your accountability report to whomever you would like. But say your kids also have smartphones, they also have tablets. Well, put the software on there, log in with their username, have their filter set for whatever filtering level that you would prefer, and then you can do it that way as a family plan. Now, is that price, $11.99 or $15.99, expensive? I actually think it is pretty expensive, but we have to ask ourselves the question of whether it's worth it. Now, I kind of look at it this way. We're willing to pay for our cell phone service. We're willing to pay for our internet service provider. Many of us have cable and other streaming services that we're willing to subscribe to. Well, why then would we not be willing to put our money down to pursue something, especially protect the integrity of our children? So in my opinion, Covenant Eyes is well worth it. I plan to continue using Covenant Eyes for the foreseeable future. I'm recommending it for my college students and the men who do my recovery groups. I think Covenant Eyes is an excellent software. Now that does bring up the question though, what other options are out there? Well, if Covenant Eyes you don't think is right for you, here's some other options that you could check out. NetNanny, Accountability to You, and Bark. So those are some of the other competitive services that are out there. I think they also have excellent software and service, but I've, like I said, been with Covenant Eyes now for 16 years. So what do you think? Is Covenant Eyes right for you? If you have questions about how the service works, definitely put them down there in the comments section. Or if you think there's some software out there that is better for accountability, definitely post that in the comments section below. If this video has been helpful, definitely hit the like. If you want to have gospel hope in a porn-filled world, subscribe to this channel. I'll have more content coming out in the future. This is Jason for Soulfire. I'll catch you in the next one.